Hi, my name's Deborah Honig, and I am the founder of Adelaide Capital, an investor relations firm specializing in small cap Canadian listed companies. Today I'm interviewing Scott Trebilcock, CEO of Core Mining. Core Mining has a portfolio of advanced, high-quality gold projects in North America. Scott's going to talk to us about the company and specifically the preliminary economic assessment released on Imperial, one of Core's projects in California. Make sure you watch the end of the interview so you don't miss out hearing about some of the exciting upcoming catalysts. So Scott, thank you very much for joining us. So how did you get involved with Core and why did you pick this company specifically?
Well, thank you for having me, Deborah. Really, gold is why I picked Core. This company has advanced assets with ounces in the ground, and it really appealed to me to join a company that had meat on the bones as a real owner. So before I came into the company, I was able to get about 5% of the fully diluted shares, into my hands. So I'm aligned with shareholders, and collectively management, because it's still a very young company, owns 50% of the outstanding shares. So we are aligned with shareholders in delivering per share value. And that's the second thing. Gold. We're going into a great gold market here. Small companies like Core are going to attract a capital. And because we have advanced projects, interest from other companies, it's a great time to build and maybe sell a company. So we're looking forward to generate some real shareholder value here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And I actually think that mid-tiers and juniors are significantly undervalued in the market right now. I'm glad you brought up the management team, because the first thing that we look at Adelaide Capital and tell investors to look at is the management team. Mm-hmm. And Core's management team is highly experienced, incredibly aligned, as you referenced, and has a successful track record of finding, developing, and selling assets. Can you tell me a little bit more about some of the previous transactions that the management team has been involved in?
Sure, absolutely. I think at the board level, we've got Harry Poncrat, a very successful Yorkton to Macquarie Bank, who's been involved in innumerable transactions and has led several companies. Other members of the board, Brendan Cahill and Don McDonald, are currently running other junior companies, Norzinc and Exelon, respectively. So we got lots of deep experience there. The founder of the company, Jim Hines, made and sold 3 companies, I think, to aggregate businesses in Alberta. So he made himself a lot of money, moved to Vancouver to start Core. And I myself left Nevsun Resources when it sold to the Chinese for $1.8 billion about 18 months ago. So we've got a lot of M&A under our belt, and I think we can drive this company forward and deliver value, particularly into an up gold market.
Yeah, well, that's a very impressive management team. And talking about value, Core released a PEA on April 6th. Can you walk us through some of the economics?
Yeah, absolutely. So we released a preliminary economic assessment on our Imperial Project in California. We built that PEA off a 2.2 million ounce oxide gold resource. Its oxide is important because that means that it's metallurgically simple. We don't have different types of rocks here that make it more complex. It's a very, very simple project. That allowed us to put in a project that has leading capital intensity. So the pre-production capital is only $142 million. For that, we'll get about 1.2 million ounces of gold production at a rate of about 146,000 ounces per year. And that kind of mine is going to attract a lot of interest from the mid-tiers that are going to be looking at growth, going into this good gold market. The NPV that was calculated on that cash flow is about $343 million. And that was at $1,450 gold, and it goes way up from there.
Yeah, with an NPV of $343 million, that means the stock's trading at around 0.05 times NPV. Mm-hmm. Is this in line with current multiples of your peer group?
Oh, absolutely not. Well-established, U.S. gold projects are projects in the United States. It's a safe and stable jurisdiction. You've got other projects in the Southwest U.S. deserts of very similar to our project, although some of them have, different types of complexities. So you'd expect, their peer average trading is about 0.3 times PNAV. right, which is 6 times from where we are today. And that's just to be average. And Core doesn't want to be average.
Yeah, well, that's incredibly undervalued. Do you think your stock is cheap because the market hasn't fully priced in the PEA that was announced?
Yeah, I think that's one reason for sure. Core is a new equity. We've only traded for, let's see, 18 months now. We've only had money to go work the assets for 9, and we've only been in a good gold market for arguably 7 or 8. So the company's new to the market. The assets haven't been worked in a long time, and we've got real gold ounces. I think as we get the name out there, we should be able to grow value to something closer to peer values, which is already a big return, let alone actually doing things and discovering things and advancing assets.
Yeah. Well, talking about adding value, you have a number of significant upcoming catalysts at 3 of your 4 properties. Can you walk us through them and the timelines as well, and rank them in terms of materiality for the stock?
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe I'll go chronologically first. So following up the Imperial Preliminary Economic Assessment, which is only less than a week old now, we are doing some geophysics on the regional exploration package we have. We have a big district scale exploration play around that core preliminary economic assessment resource. So we're out running geophysics and drill targeting. So I expect a release coming in about a week or so on that. Following that, we have a drill turning up in British Columbia on our FG Gold project. We're targeting some higher grade structures than the current resource and understanding how that deposit's controlled, trying to open the project up to some underground kind of grades. First holes are at the lab. We'll see how those come out. So a few weeks after that, we should start seeing, some drill results. Following that, we'll be submitting our application to the government of the United States to start permitting of our Imperial project to become a mine, which is a massively exciting thing. And then we've got exploration across the portfolio scheduled for the rest of the year. So things are still rolling here at Core.
Wow, that's an impressive list of catalysts. So, Scott, thank you very much for taking the time to discuss Core with us today, and congratulations on a very positive PEA. And I'm looking forward to a deeper dive on Imperial and hearing more about Core's other exciting exploration projects on April 21st at our webinar at 2 p.m. Eastern. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, Deborah. Take care.